Yeah, chat. Hello. Say hello if it's working.
Oh, I'm looking at it. Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Are we good? We're back? Everybody can hear us and see us? This is amazing! Hey! Awesome! Okay, we're back! Hello! Alright, so we interrupted some messy recap, but basically the guys went through the archives, they went through Statuary Hall, they got shit thrown at them, they went through some creepy doors, there were some Yeth hounds that fought them, except Nassim thought they were cats, and then they went into a room, and then there was the creepy mask guy, and then they all fought, and it all turned out terrible. But everybody lived. The end.
Yes,
Yay.
That was the recap. Okay, so I guess when Britt is ready to go. So for this episode specifically, as we're starting Arc 2 Season 2, we're taking a little bit of a jump in time. So this episode starts a week later from the events of the last episode. And you all have decided to go on a mission.
Woo!
So, where we begin our story. You all, did you all want to talk about what you've decided to do in the week off?
Yes.
Let's go.
We have decided to infiltrate one of the buildings.
The palace itself.
Sawyeh and I are going to pose as servants to get in, and after hours, excuse me, not weeks, hours.
Wait, yeah, why are we breaking
Why are we doing it?
We're going to bust Rem the fuck out because no woman left behind. So we did extensive research, planning and plotting. We smuggled some blueprints out somehow, and we figured out that there are crystals that we have to obtain.
Yep.
So Nassim Sawyeh and Arrnodel are posing as servants to obtain said crystals.
Are they little blue crystals?
little blue fun crystals. Yeah. Let's dive right into Ocean's 11 / Venture Maidens 3.
Kara isn't with us though. Kara
has a separate job. But let's start with the two of you.
Okay.
So, before all of this happened, you have made this decision and you had gotten a hold of some servants' uniforms for the palace. Currently, you are both standing in sort of the open lawn space that's in front of the palace itself. So this is like the courtyard sort of spot. And both of you have busied yourselves with some laundry at this point, just trying not to look suspicious. Dressed in these very, it's all black and gold, kind of reminiscent of those you saw on the street who took Rem. It's the uniform that everybody else wears working at this palace. Right now, there are a couple other servants that are moving through the open-aired plaza, pushing carts around, delivering messages, and the golden set of double doors that leads into the main palace is shining in front of you. And at this point, Valerius was very particular on the subject. You will know when the distraction comes, and when the distraction comes, you've got to move. And when you start moving, you have 30 minutes to pull this off. So,
and we weren't moving towards the cells.
Security.
Yeah. We have
your job is to get to security, unseen, get in there, disrupt the force crystals that will allow Kara to get into the prisons far below the city. So,
okay, we're basically dismantling the alarm system.
Basically. Yep, that's your job.
We're getting rid of the lasers.
Yes. Dun, 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 dun.
She's like, I want to change my feet.
I forgot. No, you gave us a warning and I realized something else is better. Continue.
No, you can't do that. You can't change things. Yeah, everybody's level 8 now, by the way, so you all have super fun powers. I don't. The thing with the stick. That's fine. And you have been waiting around in this courtyard for about 2 hours now. It's early in the day, and you don't actually have a job or anything, so it's been really inconvenient trying to make it look like you've been busy for about 2 hours now at this point, and still the distraction has not come. And then you begin to hear the trumpets. somewhere off in the distance, like down the street away from you, and you begin to hear the scurrying of feet, voices. Everybody in the plaza starts turning around and looking at each other, just totally giving you the casual, like, well, yeah, do you know what's up? Like, sort of look around.
I don't know.
And then,
oh my God.
Yeah, everyone's
Let's
like,
go.
what? Oh, what?
We gotta go.
And then you begin to see a ton of people start to make their way up to the open gates currently of the palace. There are a bunch of figures who are flanked in finery of some kind and a large golden carriage that is being drawn by these two glorious black horses as they're coming up the way. And the servants now at this point all around you have just completely stopped what they're doing, looking at each other in confusion, like, who is this person going along? Yes.
My food is arriving. Can I go get it?
Go get it.
I'm so sorry to stall the game again. Go to Sage.
No, I can't.
Oh, okay. I grab, so a carriage has arisen.
It's pulling up, currently a bunch of people now in this large caravan, probably about 15 to 20 people, just walking alongside this beautiful golden carriage that's also, it's got iron and steel and like beautiful, gorgeous wood with all of this just overabundance of gold filigree and trim covering the whole thing. It's extremely gaudy, and somebody very important is clearly about to get out of this carriage.
It probably will behoove us to, it's gonna look weird if servants like run away, right? Like
running, would be weird.
And casually go into the place that we need to go.
Yeah, and everybody at this point, nobody is moving. All of the servants are sort of stopped in their task and like staring towards the carriage. Everybody looks confused. I mean, this is a very well-oiled sort of machine. So if there's a guest that nobody knows was arriving, this is a pretty weird circumstance.
We gotta play it cool, right? Like, I bet if we walked away, people would be like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah. If you want, you can follow
the crowd's lead and just we're gonna like wait expectantly.
Yeah. If you want, you can make an insight on the crowd around and kind of suss out what's the best thing to do.
Okay, yeah, that's what I would like to do. So tight. You said insight?
Yeah.
So that's going to be 21.
Okay, yeah, so you can definitely tell if you were to suddenly move right now, it would probably be a bad move. Everybody is very curious, standing around trying to see who is going to come out of the carriage. And that might be your opportunity when people decide if that's a good thing or a bad thing, whoever it is, before rushing off to their tasks.
I will continue to read the crowd to make the correct decision.
Yeah. And so at this point too, the commotion in the courtyard, all the servants talking to each other, and then the clank of the carriage as it's growing closer and all these booted feet, you see soldiers and guards begin to filter out of the main doors, sort of like looking like, what's going on? Who is this? What? And just a lot of more and more people are filling this courtyard.
Okay.
As time is going on. I want to wait for Nassim for the big reveal for who's in the carriage.
Okay. Nassim's getting food. My food's in the kitchen. I'm not ready to get it yet.
Yeah. And then again, these two people that are flanking the carriage on either side, you see now they're holding like those long ass medieval trumpets, right? That are ridiculous.
Okay, I know what's going to happen. I want to add this. Alistair Fitzpatrick is...
Yeah, where is he?
Alistair Fitzpatrick is with Kara, because everything that Alistair Fitzpatrick sees and hears, I see and hear. So we basically have a two-way communication. We got a walkie-talkie named Alistair Fitzpatrick.
Nice.
So I relay whatever is happening above ground to Kara.
Cool. And both of you too, now you and Sawyeh, you have an identical copy of the black stone that Kara is carrying. And these stones beam you directly into Valerius, who is sort of like mission control in the back, like running this all from the keep.
Yeah.
Of course, it is a magical artifact, so you are cautioned not to overuse it, or else people might become suspicious. Oh my God, Nassim, you need to come back right now.
Guys, what would the Venture Maidens podcast be if we didn't have a major hiccup at the very beginning of the year, our first episode of the year?
It's just ridiculous.
This is our brand.
This is our brand. This is our shitty
Would
brand.
you love it as much if it was perfectly smooth? No.
No, no, you wouldn't. Haha.
Sorry.
No. It's my OBS's fault.
Oh wait, are we still having problems?
No.
No,
Oh, okay.
We're just
waiting for you.
So a carriage
Are you ready?
pulled up.
Back.
Iron filigree.
Okay. So, all right. So the carriage now has pulled in, and Brittany determined that it would probably be a good idea or a bad idea just to run off. But now more and more people have swarmed around, and this carriage lands directly in the center of the plaza now. And many guards have started to filter out at this point, looking concerned between everybody else. And there's a moment of silence as you hear the unsealing and the swing of the carriage door. And then out steps this tall figure. He's got to be at least 6'2". But the first thing you notice is his skin is a light blue color. And as you look at his hair, you realize it's not really hair more than it is just moving air that's sort of like adorned into the shape of hair. And he's dressed.
Beautiful.
Yeah, dressed in this very sort of Arabian style, like open vest thing. So most of his chest is exposed, and it's just like these silk drapes across.
Is it hairy?
Huh?
Is it pleasantly hairy?
Yes, it's an appropriate amount of hair that is also blue. So looking at this figure, and as he steps out of the carriage, this gust of wind just seems to move through the entire square. And he steps down. Arrnodel, could you make a perception check for me, please?
Yeah. Ooh, that smells really good.
Swit's bulge check. My man.
Perception. So I rolled a 14.
Okay. You notice on his hips, he doesn't seem to be carrying anything else but these two black leather holsters, like that are have been elegantly arranged to fit in with the outfit he's wearing. And you see silver handles emerging from them with this dark wood that looks really, really familiar to an item you've picked up recently. And you're looking at the shape of it, you think those are bells. In the holster that he's wearing. And he steps down and sort of whispers something to one of his caravan. And then one of the trumpeters puts down their trumpet and announces to everyone in the square, "The Korean demands an audience with Sawyeh and Sawyeh immediately." And all the guards go, and there's an audible like whispering, like of something really dramatic has just happened through the whole square.
We continue to role play. I'm just like, oh my god, like, do you know what the fuck?
Believe this
What
shit?
the fuck is this?
What's happening?
Do you know?
And so everybody is visibly like startled by this title. And some of the guards are, of course, sir, at once, yes, of course. And a bunch of the guards begin to run off, and like they open up the doors, and it just becomes complete chaos as more people are pouring out, and then servants begin to like go off at this point, like clearly like maybe to get other people or to tell or gossip what's going on. Everybody seems to think this is a really huge fucking deal.
As
So
the
this would
dragon
be-
flies above and roars loudly.
Yeah. The largest dragonfly you've ever seen.
What?
You don't hear that?
What?
Oh, there's like a helicopter right outside.
Oh, I was like, no, I don't get your joke. Anyway, so at this point, servants have begun to dodge off and about, so this might be your moment.
Yeah, I grab Sawyeh and we dodge off to our goal.
We dash.
Yeah, so you all have been trained. Valerius kept you in a room hours and hours a day, making you memorize the interior map of the castle. You know exactly where you are going. It's just a matter of getting there, getting to the security wing, getting past the guards without alerting anybody to your presence.
I'm sure Valerius also taught us like proper etiquette, so like we know how to behave as servants.
Yeah, you were briefed on all of this, so it's up to you to see how well you do. That's why he determined that Kara should be the one to go below.
Yeah.
Kara
probably knows a great deal as a princess.
Yes, Kara is the most etiquette. You're muted, Sage. Stop doing that.
I don't know why it muted me. Okay. Well, I said Kara doesn't know how to be a servant, girl.
Mm-mm.
Oh, shit.
No, girl. Princes are bust. That's amazing. Anyway, so I have constructed this handy dandy encounter table that we are going to be rolling as you make your way through the palace.
Oh.
So let's go ahead, and one of you, could you roll a d20 for me?
Oh, boy.
Oh, well.
I thought it was a spring roll.
This is exciting.
Ooh, I'm sorry. I rolled that. My bad. Oh, wait, that's not. What are we rolling?
Just a d20.
A
fate
three.
d20.
A
Look at that. A 3. Okay.
You're not adding anything?
No.
Oh, 3.
It's meant
So
All right.
great or terrible?
She told me I had to use these dice.
Yeah.
So as you make your way down this hallway, you're basically opening up onto one of these straight chutes that leading off the main plaza. So you haven't turned into anywhere particularly private or strange yet, but you do begin to hear a bunch of raucous male voices as they're moving through, and you see a bunch of men in a cluster who are dressed in the soldier uniform of before. They look like really casual and fresh, and they're all like heading down actually the way you are going, as if they're going to the security wing. So there are 6 of them. So you have to kind of fall back a little bit, or you can try and move past them.
They're not moving anywhere. They're just
They're
standing
walking
around?
casually down the hall, and it looks like they're moving towards where the security wing is.
We should fall back and try to sneak in. I have invisibility, and it can cloak both of us.
There we go.
Shit. I'm going to cast invisibility on both of our asses, and we're going to get real close.
Okay. All right. So you are standing in a full sunlit hallway with wide windows right now, and a couple other servants are around you.
If we were to duck into like a quick little conclave, right? Would we
Yes.
lose them?
No, if you did it real quick.
Yeah,
No problem.
Let's do that. Let's
Do you
just.
wanna,
You probably not even. I just grab you and like shove you into like a little like between some pillars or something.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
She picks up.
You totally just and hide yourself out of the way and make sure people aren't, passing or looking directly at you. And
Yeah.
you cast invisibility.
Yes.
Excellent. And then you want to follow them?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna do that little old slipperoo so we don't like hit the door or anything.
Old slipperoo. Okay, so while you're following this group of guards down the hallway, go ahead and make stealth rolls for me, so nobody can hear you.
Oh, dude, those are.
Because this is such a small tray. I don't understand why your tray is so well. Okay,
That's good. That
is better.
Yeah,
Okay.
take that. But add your
dice tray is too
You got a
small.
+7 on stealth.
Yes, motherfucker.
Oh my
I'm a mom.
god! What's 7 plus 16?
23.
That's what Sawyeh gets on stealth.
Well, what did Arrnodel get?
A 4.
I got a 9.
Awesome. Okay. So you begin to creep after this group of guards, and Sawyeh is just like so good in a spy movie. She like totally could beat up George Clooney, and and then you're doing great, and all of a sudden Arrnodel trips over the hem of her cloak, and she falls. And Sawyeh, you feel some fall against you, and we're gonna.
I try and bring my arms back to catch her or whatever it is.
Go ahead and make a dexterity for me to see if you fix this situation.
12.
Okay. So your friend crashes into you, and you were not expecting it from behind. You get your reflexes like up in time to like catch her from falling onto the ground, but as you lean forward to do so, your shoulder brushes against one of the soldiers. And he's like, huh? What was that? And we're gonna jump over to Kara.
Oh boy.
Kara, your stone begins to vibrate in your pocket. And you hear Valerius over the line. All right, the trap has been sprung. Are you ready? Are you at the location? And you are seated at this like bottom sort of pool cave thing, which is like where like waste is expended from one side of the palace.
Beautiful.
You've already loosened the grate ahead of time. You were just waiting for the signal to go.
Right. Yeah, I'm here. She tries to whisper.
How is the artifact?
I don't know. It's in a bag. I can't look at it.
Great. That's exactly where it should be. Don't look at it. Don't touch it. Don't even think about it. Okay?
Yeah. All right.
I'm glad we were very clear on that point. All right. Now you need to proceed immediately down these sewer passages. The map I gave you is outdated, most likely. So you're pretty much on your own.
All right. I ain't too good at reading maps anyway.
I figured.
She gives a look like, I think that was a mean thing.
You can't give a look to a stone. He doesn't see it.
Exactly. And then,
all right.
Yeah, okay. I'm ready. Let's go.
So you've been briefed. Basically, you all have 30 minutes to accomplish this. Whatever the distraction that has been arranged, for some reason, that's the time limit set upon you. So you are depending, you have to get through this sewer system and you have to get to the gates. Hopefully, by the time you reach them, Sawyeh and Arrnodel have already brought them down for you. Otherwise, you will be stuck. There is a series of telekinetic force fields, basically, throughout the sewer system to prevent people from doing exactly what you are doing.
Of course.
So you crawl in to this sewage pipe. You have to stoop at first as it's wider, but then eventually you find yourself having to crawl on your hands and knees as you're going and moving through, and this like trickle of black sludgy water is coming out below you.
Sexy.
Yeah. And you have this huge, the sack on your back that was given to you by Valerius, which you are not allowed to touch or open.
Exactly.
You're just given the instructions that when you find Rem, she will know what to do with it.
As she's crawling down the pipes on like her hands and knees, she's like mumbling like, "Oh motherfucker, what the fuck is this fucking thing? Why is it so fucking big? Oh, just God, Jesus Christ! Oh God,
Yeah.
Where
And
the Maiden."
And it keeps bumping against the ceiling, and you're hearing sounds from inside it. You feel like whatever is on your back is composed of wood and metal. You hear scraping and bumping sounds as you're moving through, and it's awkward because it's on your back, so it's like you've got this big turtle shell basically
like,
on top of you.
Igor.
Yeah, you're a hunchback. So you crawl down this tunnel for a while, and then you come to an intersection. You can go left, or you can go right.
I will go left.
Okay. As you crawl down to the left, the sounds of water become a little bit fainter as you're moving through, and you come to a point where you have to veer a sharp right.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So you go ahead and you crawl further, and you have dark vision, so you're okay, but this is complete darkness, and the tunnel, you swear, is getting thinner as you're moving this way. So it's just becoming absolute misery as you're splashing and like making your way through.
I would like to make an intelligence check to see if I can recall if this is the way I was supposed to go or if I'm just too fucking fat.
Sure. Oh, I've just put on some weight lately, and I just...
You know, that kitchen's been serving really heavy, like, buttery bread.
Yeah.
I can't stop myself.
Gidget keeps making you cookies, and you're
I
like,
know.
I don't know.
Such a tool. All right, I got a 15.
A 15. Okay. You honestly are not sure. You've already been able to tell because you saw the loose map of this place that the tunnels have already diverged from the latest known records of what this looked like. Dramatically so. I mean, you've seen stonework before, and this is just like
this is like
you're totally in the dark here.
All right, she's gonna scoot back, back to the original to the original left-right intersection, and then try and go right.
Sure. All right, so you go right for a while, and then the sound of water becomes increasingly loud in your ears, so much that it's echoing around this tiny stone tunnel that you're in. And you turn a sharp left, and you see a larger chamber open up in front of you. That's like one of these. So basically, it's a draining chamber.
Okay.
So this is where like the large waste gets stuck, and you can see that there are smaller tubes that funnel off that allow clean water or water without the majority of the sewage to filter off. So you are looking at basically a 20 by 40 room, and there's water, chunky black water that's filled up to about 30 feet, you would guess, directly between you. So you have like this pool of water in front of you, and you see the tunnel continues on the other side.
All right, I will try to make my way to the other side.
Okay. What are you doing? Swimming?
I want to see if I can try and like skirt around a little bit, maybe.
So there's no walkway in between. It's like this intersection of water that's moving from left to right, and you've got to get on the other side.
Okay. Yes, I will swim.
Can Kara swim?
I bet Kara can swim.
I would hope so.
Yeah, I picture Kara, you know, like in Predator when he's like covered in mud and like, like between his teeth and like comes up out of. That's what I'm doing.
That's amazing.
Okay. Oh my god, let's go with that.
All right, so Kara, you are going to go ahead and swim. So make a
athletics.
Yes. I couldn't remember. We haven't done any swimming yet in Venture Maidens.
I know, this is so exciting. She got an 11.
Okay, sweet. You're having a hard time. The current is pretty fast as you're moving, so you just find yourself bumping like immediately to the right. So you're like hitting this wall, and you have to kick off of it, and you're trying to make headway. Yeah. And every time you feel your feet kicking things, and they're irregular shapes. Some of them are sticky, some of them like feel globular, sometimes pieces of metal are like hitting you.
This is so gross.
Yeah, you're going ahead and you're making your way through, and suddenly you feel something clamp on your boot. And you try to kick it off like some of the other trash, but you can't. You feel this grip tighten to the point where you begin to feel pained teeth against you, and I would like you to make an opposed grapple check for me, please.
Okay.
As suddenly this thing clenches and tries to pull you completely under the surface.
All right, we got an 18.
Okay, sweet. All right, so you feel yourself get sucked under, and you weren't ready for it. So your head like bounces to the point where the water comes up to your face, and you kick against one wall and just thrash like your leg out of the grasp of this thing as you felt this sharp pain of something trying to pull your ankle down. But you kick away from it, and the next instant you see this huge snout sticks up out of the water, this gray green elongated thing with these jagged teeth on either side and these shining yellow reptilian eyes just thrashes on top of the water and then descends back below. And let's roll some initiative.
Okay.
Do you think Kara's ever seen a crocodile?
No, certainly not.
Then this is horrifying.
Yeah, no, she's like, what the fuck? I didn't sign up for this fucking shit. Like this literal shit and that figurative shit over there. This is OG.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, Christ. Unnatural 20.
Okay. All right. And you're also just having a hard time because this fucking thing that is strapped to your back is so heavy and making this so much harder. As you go ahead. Okay. Da-da-da. All right. Cool. So you are squaring off with a crocodile.
Fabulous.
And we're going to jump back to our girls upstairs. You bump into the shoulder of this soldier. in front of you. It's the briefest of touches, but it's enough that he just stiffens and turns back, like, and is looking around the hallway like, did you guys feel that? Like, what?
We don't move.
No.
We're just like,
I turn around and look to Arrnodel, and I just yell at her, "Watch where you're going, maggot!" and push her off of me.
So they can't see you.
No, they can't see us.
I forgot.
You can take it back. You are
We're
invisible.
That's why I'm like, they don't say anything. We just stand there, hold our breath.
All of a sudden, a ghost yells.
I just ruined that moment.
No, it's okay. I'll give you a rewind. So you bump into the guy. You guys are invisible, and you're holding now in this crouch stance, like 4 inches away from this soldier who's now looking back, and still his eyes aren't landing on you. It's clear he can't see you, but he's looking around.
I'm not breathing.
I'm gonna have my soldier make a. Oh, cool. You got a natural 1. He's like, okay, no, I'm just a little jump. And the guys are like, hey, come on, man. No, we got to get to our shift. What are you doing? Hey, buddy, calm down. And
we're laughing at Mrs. Pal 14, that feeling when you forget you're invisible.
Yep. Oh boy, happens to the best of us.
Not a good one.
So at this point, the guards just shuffle on. The guy doesn't press the issue, and you can continue following right behind them. So I
kind of just like using awakened mind. I'm like, I'm so sorry.
So you guys make your way following in the tail of these soldiers. I need somebody to roll a d20 for me.
Girl, you roll it. You've been doing
Girl,
great.
I got this. Oh, there's not with nothing plus.
Nope, just fate.
10.
Okay. All right. So at this point, the hallways come to an intersection. So the soldiers are walking one way, and then coming down the other way is a bunch of servants, it looks like, that are carrying platters of food and jugs of wine on the way. And they predominantly women in this group, and they're all younger, sort of like your attractive wait staff. So they're on the way to serve somebody, clearly. And the soldiers stop, and clearly a bunch of them know each other, and they all start to kind of chat and converse, and you get to overhear a little bit of gossip at this meeting. So the soldiers, the servants are like, have you heard what's going on? There's an actual Carillion here. Yeah, I can't believe it. And the soldier's like, what? Like, for real? That blue guy? And they're like, yeah, I mean, he hasn't visited the palace in a really long time. This is super crazy. The Tsarina is like called all stops off. We're like holding this big feast. Everybody's like super upset that he showed up unannounced, right? And the soldiers are like, oh, well, that's kind of weird. Okay. Great. Well, I guess we should expect double duty.
I rolled a knowledge for what that is.
A Carillion?
Carillion, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
I got 16.
What kind of knowledge are you using?
History.
Okay. This is a word you have heard before, and you recall that Valerius mentioned in passing to you when he was explaining the nobility structure of the plains. The Carillions are not necessarily part of traditional like monarchy. They don't have titles like duke, or they're not royalty, but what they serve a very specific function in the plains. They are those who are specifically trained to seek out and destroy hostile Fae creatures. And the way they do that is by using bells. So they use bells. They're sort of like these strange night protectors, almost, like of the realm.
Night protectors.
I'm all like, ew.
Yeah.
So it's like a romance novel.
Yeah. So they're
Open, chesty hair. Like,
right.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
Oh.
So they hold an interesting position because the Eladrin are scared of them because they're Fae-blooded. So a lot of people believe that they might have some kind of power over the Eladrin, but they also work for the realm. Like whenever a village is in trouble, if something escapes from the jungles or a bad fae comes through, these are the people you want on your team. And there are very, very few of them in the country. Most people die in pursuit of trying to learn to be one of these figures. So this would be a huge fucking deal, basically.
Wish I could do that for real.
So that's what you know.
I'm assuming you.
That's-
Well, don't tell me now. Wait until we are in a safe place. I just look and I'm just
I
like,
say all that back to you.
And so you get to hear this piece of gossip, and then the serving women go on their way, and the soldiers are like, "Oh wow, real gorilla!" I'm like, "What is this guy? Like, I bet I could fight him." You know, whatever. Like talking their bro shit to each other. I could totally kick his ass. And then you continue your way down the hallway. And you see now, you recognize from the maps and layouts that you have officially moved out of like the public sector of the palace. And you are now moving and following these guards back to more of the barracks, the area where military officers have their quarters, moving your way towards security. So this is definitely where this group of guards seems to be going. Go ahead and give me another D20 roll.
I got this.
All you.
That's a 15.
Lovely.
15.
Okay.
Solid.
Okay. So nothing happens. You're not disturbed as you follow this group of guards. And you see this large set of double doors that are iron bound at the end of this hallway. And you see that there are two guards who are currently standing out in front, bearing like their halberds, looking really bored. And the minute you all turn around the corner and all the soldiers see each other, like, "Oh, finally, you're finally here. Okay, it's been like you're late. Your shift was supposed to start 30 minutes ago. I don't care how much wine you've been drinking." And then the group of soldiers are like, "Fuck off, man. Like, okay, it's fine. Like, go to sleep, you little baby, bitch." And
Little baby bitch.
yep. So it's clear at this point that the group of guards you've been following is the new watch that's coming in to replace the old watch. So the two guards at this point, they open up the main doors, and you see four other people who are stationed inside. You see a medium-sized room or so behind. There are a couple desks crammed in corners. There are several doors leading off. And then a bunch of these strange-looking glowing orbs that are stationed around the room. And so these men all begin to filter out, and the six that you were following begin to filter into the room.
Are these orbs what we're looking for?
No.
Okay. Can I detect magic? Are they magical?
They are very magical. You would guess they have scrying magic on them.
What's that?
It's like
Divination.
it's like surveillance,
Oh,
basically.
that's fucked up.
Arrnodel's thinking about it, and she's like, "Why would they need scrying orbs? I wonder if that's to keep the guards in check." You hear all of this. From at this point, I'm always going to use awakened mind with you,
Okay.
just so you know what I'm thinking, until I start thinking about Aaron, and then I like don't allow you to those thoughts.
Aw.
Maybe a few of them. And so I'm thinking like, oh, do I want to? Nah, that's not our MO. So I want to roll it. Maybe, God, what would I use? Like an insight check to see if those are something that I need to dispel.
Arcana check?
Arcana. Okay.
Yeah.
Like if those are important. A 9.
Okay. So you're not sure what their specific purpose is, but looking at them and the stations, there are 6 of them set up, and there is a chair set up in front of each one, like a nice desk spot. So you would guess that somebody in this room would be using them to observe something else. Is
Okay,
just your sort of logic guess.
Yeah.
Other than that, you're not exactly sure until you take a closer look.
Yeah. That's enough for me to kind of like piece together, because I'm like, oh well, they're guards. Scrying spells would make sense for them, and if there's 6 guards, so okay, cool.
And you know this is specifically the security wing.
Okay, yeah, that's enough for Arrnodel to be like, that could be cool to take out, but I would rather, we got to get to, Kara's waiting on us. We can come to this later.
It's not necessary.
Yeah, so we continue.
Unless, is that going to be our only way out? The same way we came in? When everything goes down? Or are we
I
gonna,
don't know.
teleport the fuck out of here?
Tell us, oh Grand, when we...
You don't have a teleport out.
We don't have an end, like an escape route plan?
You've got to do
probably
this.
Would if we spent like hours planning and we have the map committed to memory.
We don't. I'm like yelling at Celeste to tell me what's our escape.
we have we have something planned.
The whole idea is if you get this done and you are quiet about it and you get in and out in 30 minutes, they can handle it. If you don't do it in 30 minutes.
Who's they? Sisters of Sorrow?
Sisters of Sorrow, okay. Valerius and Kristoff.
It's pass or fail.
Who put this all together. So they're like, do it.
Yeah.
Stealth on out.
We continue making our way towards the power crystals.
Yeah. It's been about 3 minutes. So you know that in this room, on the far side, one of those doors leads to the room that will lead you to the security crystals, where these guards are currently stationing in right now.
There's a door on the other end.
Huh?
So if we go into this room, we got to open another door.
Yes, that is in this room. And somebody should have a key to that door.
Can I do like a spot check to like check out
the
soldiers real quick?
Why don't we go to Kara and then we can come up with a plan?
Let's bounce back to Kara. All right,
Crocodile fighting time!
You get to move first with your unnatural 20.
Sweet. So she was trying to kick this thing off. It's clamped on her ankle.
So you kicked it off successfully.
I kicked it off. Okay.
So now it's raging. Basically, right next to you, you are halfway across this pool. So you have about 15 more feet to go of water in front of you, and then you climb out on the other side.
She knows she's not in her turf and respects that, and she's just gonna swim as fast as she fucking can across. Just how to make a mad dash.
Yep. So okay, go ahead and give me an athletics, and I would like you to roll it at disadvantage with this thing weighing you down.
Right.
And trying to avoid a crocodile.
Oh shit. Come back. Let's see. That's a 12. That's not horrible.
Okay, so you manage to make some headway. You get about halfway there before this large piece of just filth junk comes and hits you and presses you against one of the walls. So you've made it about halfway to your point, but now your back is like flat against this wall and you're just holding on at this point to fight the current. And then this thing,
nice.
So your movement is halted for your turn. Anything else you would like to do?
She would be so furious and hate everything so much right now. Her rage, as my bonus section, her rage boils up into her face and is just so fed up, and she is just gonna try and like hop over the thing and try and keep swimming across. So use her action to dash.
Yeah, so basically, you fucking like get in there and you get angry and you start pushing through and you're basically tearing yourself along the wall at this point and staring at this crocodile, and you manage to make it just to the edge of this pool, so you're sort of like half in, half out, where this crocodile is going to begin its turn. Oh boy!
Oh man.
Okay. What is your AC? Oh.
21?
Oh, I got a natural 20.
Oh shit. Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm using the Gary Gygax die. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's fine. You do you. I'm gonna live.
Okay. You're level 8 now. We've got to get some big girl crocodiles up in here.
Seriously. I want dire crocodiles.
Oh, my normal crocodiles aren't good enough, I see. Okay. All right. So this thing is going to bite you.
Ouch.
Okay. So that's going to be 7 piercing damage as it clamps on again. So it grabs basically your legs at this point because it's the only thing that are still kicking. So your legs are now crunching in between this jaw, and you feel your armor pressing in as these little teeth points are starting to prick your skin as you feel this uncomfortable pressure of this thing's monster jaws closing on you. I think it only gets the one. Oh, yes, and then we're rolling opposed grapples.
Ah. Very good.
Yes.
Woo! Lordy, I got a 25.
Oh, I got a 19. Damn. So it bites you, and then you just ram it and kick it. You are so furious. You kick it again, and you feel contact as you shatter something in its mouth. You feel like you've dragged out some of its teeth as you've kicked your metal boots away. Oh boy. Okay, and then it's your turn again. So you're at the edge now. You are not grappled. I will require strength for you to get out of the water if that's what you're trying to do.
She is actually, because now she's in it. She's in it to win it.
In it to win it.
Fuck this thing. She's gonna try and turn herself around and like flop onto the top of its jaws and shove her her thumbs into its eye sockets.
Ah! Okay. Whoa. So are you trying to grapple it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do that. Let's do that first, and then we'll see how the eye thing goes. Ooh, I'm rolling great.
Ooh, wait.
Okay.
24.
I got a 21. Damn, Kara. All right, so you jump on top of this thing, and you land exactly where you want, and you put all of its heavy weight, and you're using the weight of the thing on your back now too to just compress it, and you hear this snapping sound as its jaws are forced shut, and your fingers worm your way into its eye sockets, and you feel that bursting sensation, and more filth and spludge is just coming out and like covered immediately by just the sewage of this place, and it begins to snap its jaws furiously, roaring and trying to thrash.
Trying to like hang on as tight as she can. With
you're wrestling this gator.
Hooey!
Oh god. Okay. So so you have this thing grappled now. Would you like to try to move with it, or what's the plan?
Let's see. She's going to try and kick off of it and hoist herself onto the ledge.
Sure. So go ahead and let's do a strength thing and try to use its leverage to throw yourself back.
Natural 20.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Stop rolling like this. This is no fun for Celeste. So you basically do one of these things where you jump on it and you scrunch its eyes, and it rains and throws its head back, and you just let go with the momentum of it and kick off the back of its skull, launching yourself across to the other side of this pool and kind of like tumbling in a heap on the other side. And the gator at this point is just like throwing its head around, totally confused, thrashing its legs back and forth in complete pain and agony as it's going. And you have that tunnel right behind you.
Oh yeah, you've just witnessed Cars Flying Circus Part 2.
Part 2. Boom. Would you like to run to that tunnel?
Oh yeah, she's hauling ass. She feels energized. She's like, oh, let's go.
And
G.I. Jane.
And then you get to a point where you can turn left or you can turn right. And I will jump back to our guard room friends. What's the plan, ladies?
Do we have a plan? Okay, just for mental picture's sake, they're still en route to the guard room, right?
So everybody is standing outside the door, and they're all like saying hello and whatever and switching places.
Okay,
so there's a lot of the doors are wide open, and people are like picking up their stuff and their coffee cups and whatever, and like, hey, bye, Joe, and like getting their briefcase and moving out. And
I would like to try to spot the dude who has the keys.
Sure, go ahead. Perception check.
Oh, not bad.
I'm not proficient though. 14.
Okay. So it doesn't take you too long to notice. You see that one of the people who was in the room takes out a big ring of keys and he hands it off to this sort of sandy blonde looking guy who's one of the 4 who's going to be moving into the room. So he's doing the key handoff.
We know he's going into the room we're trying to get into?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's the key handoff.
We get rid of our plan now.
No, I loved it. No, our plan's still good. Our plan is still good.
He's going into the room we want to go in. We might as well just like sneak in while we're invisible.
We are, but we still have to get the keys, so we're still sticking to the plan because you got to get the keys. Okay. So we wait until all that kind of chills out, but like while they're still kind of crossing paths, we want to sneak into the room.
Sure.
And be very close to the guy that has the keys.
Yeah.
So our plan is Sawyeh is going to sneak up and pickpocket these keys, but at the very same time, because I can use detect magic to see her with the invisibility spell, right? At the very same time, I'm going to use Awakened Mind to whisper something into that guy's mind to distract him a little bit while she grabs the keys to help herself.
I love it. I love it. So go ahead and give me another stealth as you're because you're opening up these double doors. People are coming in and out and you're trying to slip into the room basically without anybody getting noticed.
Okay, you got that. Well, you get.
Oh wait, can I use my special thing?
Okay, what's the roll? 4 plus 7?
11.
11?
12. 11.
Okay,
12.
Sawyeh wants to use her gift of the present.
I'd let you do it with a 12.
12? Okay. Do you want me to roll too?
Yes, you both have to roll. You are both trying to move past these.
Can I use my gift of the future?
Oh my gosh, you guys, sure. Do whatever you would like.
Fuck. I rolled a 9.
Wow, you guys
thank
are
God
on
we're
it.
invisible.
Okay, I'm gonna
I
roll.
don't know if that's worse.
I'm gonna roll some perceptions.
Fuck yeah! It's because we're invisible. We're like being careless.
This is fucking ridiculous. I rolled a 7. I rolled a 7, a 3, a 4, and a 2.
Oh, thank fucking God! One of them farts and burps.
What the hell?
That's unbelievable.
This is so dumb.
My God.
I love it. Oh my God, that's wonderful.
Basically, everyone at the same moment went, "Oh God!
Oh whoa!
What happened?
Was that an earthquake? Whoa! Oh my God. So you just, you get in there and you like find a corner real quick. And like at this point, everybody's like cycled out. So you see that 4 of the 6 are now in the room. And then 2 are standing guard outside with the halberds as before. And so the doors close now as this is happening. So you are standing now in a room. It's not a huge room, but you see the 4 people, they all go to different stations where they're going to sit down in front of one of these orbs. And you begin to see them like put their hands on either side and stare intently into the orbs as they're getting settled.
Weird. That's creepy.
Do we see any like other doors on the way out of here?
So on the far side of the room, there are 2 doors. One on the left
and
one on the right.
With our mental map memorization, we know which door to go through, correct?
You're not sure.
Ooh.
There was 1 door marked on the map.
Well,
does detect magic show me if one of them is magical?
Both of the doors are magical.
Oh, I want to use my, I want to use my wand of secrets and click one and like, I don't remember how I use it. I think it vibrates like a water stick or whatever.
Yeah.
So I pointed at those doors to see if one of them.
So it doesn't tell you specifically what it is, but it will let you know if there is a trap within 20 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or secret or hidden passages.
Got it. There is definitely a trap in the direction of the doors. You can't specifically tell.
It's just vibrating. I'm like, okay. I used Awakened Mind to Sawyeh specifically because I can pick who it goes to. One or both of those doors is trapped. And then we're going to commit to our plan. And you're going to sneak. And I'm going to time it so that right when you go to like get in, that movement, I'm gonna whisper into the person that she's going after. Joey thinks your breath stinks and that you probably have a hairy butt crack.
All right, so let's go ahead and make a sleight of hand roll for stealing some keys.
Oh, that's not bad. Oh, okay.
18.
Okay. 18.
And the way I do it is I grab the ring of the keys, and then with my other hand, I try and gently close the keys together so they don't jingle.
As you go. Absolutely. So you totally do it. And as this is happening, you're reaching out, you're about to put the fingers on the keys. The sandy blonde haired guy like looks up and then he kind of like looks at himself and then he looks really suspiciously at the guy to the right of him.
That must be Joey.
And then he kind of makes a and like a face and then like shakes his head like, no, this is stupid, and then puts his...
I think I can see both of us just like,
yeah. I'm just looking back like, what did you say?
in my mind, I'm like, don't worry about it, I'll tell you later.
Yeah. So you have the keys.
Oh, fuck. Okay. So we're going to silently walk over.
Tiptoe
to the door, the two doors. And both of them are magical?
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
All right. I'm going to jump over to Kara and let you guys have a moment.
Okay.
All right,
man,
Kara. You can turn left or you can turn right. And you still hear the thrashing of this creature behind you, but the tunnels have gone back to that crouch space. You're crouching at the end of your capacity right before having to get on your hands and knees again, basically. So you feel like it couldn't follow you.
Okay, sweet. She's gonna hang a right.
Okay. You hang a right, and then you keep walking, and you hang the immediate right again.
Okay.
And you suddenly see this blue shimmering thing in front of you. And you actually run into it before you feel it. And a bolt of electricity, like you just static shock goes through you. And you see now that these almost magic looking bars are blocking your way. You've run into the first gate. And your companions have not brought it down yet.
Okay. She's gonna try and scrunch back around and then go off to the left. And she makes a mental note of where that one was.
Yep. So you scratch your way back over to the left, and you hang a sharp right.
Okay.
And then you feel the ground collapsing beneath you. And I need you to make a dexterity save.
That's not so good. 8.
Ruh-roh. Okay, hang on, I need to roll some stuff. So the floor just completely collapses beneath your weight. It's like the stone was completely false. It just like cracks and crumbles like plaster. And you try and catch your way like to scramble onto something, but you feel like a slimy film is coating the inside of this chute, basically. And you just feel yourself falling.
Oh no.
Falling and falling and falling. And you begin to hear like a bellowing, roaring sound coming from somewhere below you. And the next thing you experience is complete like pain as you land on something, several sharp things, and you feel stone beneath you, and your vision sort of spins for a bit. So I'm going to have you take some significant falling damage, though we know that doesn't do much for Kara, but
she's groaning audibly on the ground.
This was about a 50-foot drop.
Fuck, that's awful.
Okay, so we're at 10 plus 9, so 19 falling damage altogether. So bludgeoning, so have it.
Well, by the time she gets over to the chute, I don't think she would be raging anymore.
Oh, yeah, because it's only... Yeah, I guess you're not raging.
Yeah, so 19.
Ugh. So 19 bludgeoning damage, and you feel a bunch of sharp pricks, like, hitting you. So like you've fallen on a bunch of metal things, and you sort of like get your vision back together, and you're in a large circular room, and you hear the roaring of water from all around you as you see various tubes that are like some of them are shooting down water, and you see like a large chute at one end of the room that vaguely slopes up. It's like by 5 by 5. And then, so yeah, there's a thin layer of water, and you notice that you are on top of a pile of what looks like crushed skeletons and discarded items. So you actually, there's a short sword that's sticking like in the edge of your armor that looks rusty and decayed, and you see the eyes of a white skull are just staring at you as you get your footing back together. And you see that on the far side of the room, a large shape is hunched over in the corner, and you see this pair of greenish glowing eyes out of the darkness as it raises its head up to you. And it's this vaguely humanoid figure as it stands to its full height, completely fixated on you now. And you see these arms that are way too long for its body, and this stringy black hair over this coarse green waxy looking skin as this thing bellows at you and then raises a piece of trash from the ground that sort of resembles a club and begins to run towards you.
Woo! All right. Undead shit. It's my favorite.
It smells like feet and death. It's horrible. You don't think it's undead necessarily.
Oh.
Let me show you a picture. Don't read the writing.
Okay.
All right. And everybody, if you didn't get the memo, we're going to be playing a little bit later since we had a pause. I would say probably 9:30, maybe 10.
Cool. Oh, great. So great. That thing is so attractive.
Yep. I'm going to take a little bio break while you all plan your fates.
Oh, boy. Time for more whiskey drinking.
Chat. Everybody, I hope everybody's listening up. What do you think? Okay, we have to figure out. We have keys, and these doors are magical. I'm assuming it's a magical trap, but I'm probably going to have to use Dispel Magic on to disable whatever the trap is. I'm waiting for chat feedback. I have Dispel Magic. But the problem is that requires verbal and somatic components. So I'm going to have to wave my arms around and speak in order to cast that spell.
Don't know what to.
Yeah. So
what to tell you.
Well, whenever you make an action, anyways, invisibility is going to end.
No, not true. Or because casting a spell is an action, but yeah. I can continue casting invisibility when I cast a spell. Yes, I looked it up. It's in Xanathar's guide as well as the PHB. I made sure to look that shit up because I have a lot of concentration spells that I use. The only time a concentration spell ends is if I cast another spell that uses concentration. Or if I get, like, take damage or something like that.
Or if you are you using invisibility or greater invisibility?
Regular invisibility. But you can cast other spells without dropping invisibility. It's in like the beginning of Xanathar's guide. I will find it, and I just read it. I also talked with Ted about it.
These are books I've never looked at.
Concentration. As soon as you start casting a spell or using a special ability that requires concentration, your concentration on another.
The spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell.
But that no. Wait, Bona, where are you looking? I'm looking at concentration in Xanathar's guide.
No, it doesn't matter that it's concentration. The invisibility spell literally says the spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell.
Oh.
So what's that?
Oh yeah, Gwelem said it too. Okay, I'm sorry. I read it and I got so hung up on like, oh sweet, if I use a concentration spell, I can continue to use it. That's all I was focused on. I get very one-sided sometimes. Everybody knows it. I'm the first to admit it. Okay, all right. Fuck. I was right about the concentration thing, though. But
no, you totally are.
That was neither here nor there, because we're talking invisibility specific. Damn it! Sage, this is why we love you, because of your encyclopedic knowledge of all of the rules.
Thank you.
And that's why I get so excited when I think I can be like, no, I read it.
I read it.
No, you're always going to win. I have to just accept it.
No, you did what you did win for the familiars for warlocks, though. So
yes, because I was under serious consideration which like Eldritch Pact I wanted to choose, and that's why I chose the Pact of the Chain, because of the on the familiar stuff.
Okay.
I don't. That's a good suggestion. Kreutz Landry said that Kreutz Landry said we should throw one of the cards in, but we can't like if I grab
one of the guards. What?
Okay.
Towards one of the traps. So okay, Celeste.
There you go. I approve.
Wait, are we back to us or is it still?
Let's go ahead and roll. Kara, you and I, let's roll initiative, and then we'll jump back.
14.
I hope you're feeling the appropriate challenge rating is rising for you, Kara. Oh boy, so this thing is gonna move first.
I should have just fucking stayed where it was. I knew it right after I said it. I was like, too late.
Yep. So, okay. So this thing comes charging at you with a speed, its gangly, uneven body you wouldn't expect from it. And it comes in swiping with the club in one hand and a claw in the other. And it is going to make an attack at you.
Very well.
Oh god, 3 attacks. I see.
Nice.
Okay. So the first one, the club is brought down and you are able to deftly dodge to the side. But then a claw comes swooping in. Oh, natural 20. Look at that.
No.
Here we go. So the claw, oh my god. Wow, this is nasty. All right, that is going to be 8 slashing damage as this thing just rakes its nasty fingers and you feel these long fingernails dig in between your armor. One of them catches your neck and instantly fire goes up where it catches, and you just feel like tetanus coming on as this thing hits you. And then it's not done. It lunges in and it brings its horrible face with these 2 sets of jaws towards you as it's going in for a bite.
It has 2 sets of jaws? That's so creepy. It has 2 mouths?
No, it has 2 rows of teeth in one mouth.
I see. Oh, that's even worse.
Oh god, so 21?
That hits exactly.
Oh boy. All right. And then so it sinks its teeth into you and it catches you right between like the neck and the shoulder right there. Like as you were dodging to the side, it just your armor peeled back and left it open. So 7 damage as this thing now bites you. And you feel again that fiery pain shoot through you. And we're gonna jump back to ladies in the guard room. What's going on?
So we are tiptoeing to the door, but before we use the keys, we want to hang out for like 20 to 30 seconds and see what's happening with these orbs.
Yeah,
sure.
Like what happens to the guards when they like connect.
Yeah, so each of them, the orbs begin to flare up with more magic going on as if they've been activated. And it's like the guards individually are just staring intently into them. So their entire focus is taken up like staring into these things. And they don't visually change much, except that they go sort of like relaxed and are just staring into each of these orbs.
Should I roll an insight check to be like, oh, I know what's happening here? Or an Arcana to be like, we're safe to move?
Arcana would be good.
Oh, nice. That's going to be 22.
Okay. So if these are divination orbs, it looks like probably each of these guards is individually immersed in a scrying spell currently. So that does take a lot of energy and focus to maintain that. But you think if you made like a really loud noise or whatever, they can still hear and perceive around them, but it's like their intention, their attention is really focused on whatever they're doing to maintain that kind of magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a great opportunity to still continue to be stealthy, but we probably would be able to click a door open and like slip through it, right?
Yes. If you don't make too much noise, you could probably get away with it.
Okay, the next question is, I'm going to look at the keys and see if a magical register matches maybe the magical register on a particular door.
None of the keys are magical, but just looking at the locks, you see that one of the keys is much larger and grander and sort of matches the artistic pattern like of the door itself.
Okay.
And that looks like the only key on the ring.
Okay. The next question is the magical register on the doors. Would I know, like, assuming that it's color coded and I could understand maybe what school of magic that's from, does it look like maybe, what's the type of magic? Like, does it look like the door's going to explode if...
It doesn't look like evocation. It looks like both of these doors have, let's see, what would teleportation be? Conjuration? Enchantment?
Alteration?
It used to be utility in 3.5.
Yeah. I get the sense that it's the same magical register as like the teleportation.
Right, but they're both slightly different. If you had to guess, you would say that these open up onto different places that aren't necessarily geographically behind the doors.
Okay.
So one is going to send you somewhere and the other is going to send you somewhere different when you step through.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
I
think we should go with the grander, but
that's where I'm leaning.
Wait, I know this.
What?
There's an actual study on this.
Tell me.
It's a door. In this exact scenario, people are like, you have 2 doors to pick from, and people like, I'm going to choose that door, but the ones that chose the other door at the last minute always win. So we should go through the lesser engraved door.
Okay.
I stick by it.
Okay.
Do you trust me?
I trust you.
Okay. We do that. We use the more plain key.
Okay.
Sage is right that there's a whole like thing on it.
All right. So you'll go through the right door, which looks a little bit less embellished than the door on the left. Okay. I would like one of you to make whoever's opening the door and slipping through, either a sleight of hand or a stealth to do this as quietly as possible.
Should I use my thing?
You guys, Kara is fighting a troll because you didn't get the bridge done in time. I'm just saying.
It's
You guys missed that.
My special ability. I use my special ability to do that again because that was an 11.
Okay. So you freeze time. You take another chance.
13.
Okay. So the nature of your gift, you basically pause time for 6 seconds. And you're like, fuck, and you're like, and then you just like fiddle and stumble with it because you know nobody else can hear you, and you get the door open.
Woo!
And you see this blue sort of glow immediately. You can tell that this wall is in front of you. Do you choose to step through?
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we go.
I would like
close the door behind us.
I would like one of you to make a percentage die roll and tell me what it is.
I don't like how
46
tiny this thing is.
Okay. So you both step through the door. And immediately you hear a ceiling sound behind you as you pass through. Yeah, you pass through the magic and you see the doors closed behind you immediately. And you are looking down this long hallway in front of you, and you see that the floor below you, it's different sets of tiles, so dark white and gray tiles along the floor, sort of in a chessboard pattern, along this long hallway, and you see a door on the other side.
Great.
And
does this hallway match the mental map?
You knew that there is a long hallway that you have to get through before the room with the crystals.
Did we make the right decision?
I don't know.
Solve whatever fucking puzzle this is.
Yeah, we got a puzzle to solve.
And as you're looking at the walls, Arrnodel, with your detect magic, you see that there are many dotted, just like almost seemingly random dots of like bright red evocation along the walls. Sort of just in like a randomly studded star pattern that comes from the ceiling and both sides of the walls.
So I assuming there's no doors or sound, like any off shooting.
On the far side of the room, there's a door, and
So
then
I
there's
can
the door
talk
behind
normally,
you.
right?
What do you
Okay,
mean?
I'm gonna use Awaken Mind still because I still don't want to trip. We're still being stealthy. I'm gonna use Awaken Mind to be like, dude, don't move. There's traps all up over this place.
So right now you are standing on like a little gray platform of stone. But if you were to step out one step ahead of you, the floor is covered in 5x5 tiles. So it's 15 wide. There's a white tile, a black tile, and a gray tile immediately in front of you. And then that pattern goes on in different random.
Okay, perception check to see if there's anything that might kind of give me like a pattern. I'm looking for patterns, basically.
Sure.
Oh man, this thing is rolling all over the place, so that means it's very good.
Where did those other dice go?
Would that be perception or more investigation?
Investigation.
Okay, that's going to be a 9.
Okay. Looking at it, there doesn't seem to be a pattern. There seems to be a distinct lack of pattern. It's like people are randomly put them here to screw with people.
I'm gonna use Awaken Mind to be like, Sawyeh, I need your help. I don't see a pattern.
Get that out of here.
It was cocked. What are you?
What am I rolling? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Which is
Just rolling die.
Just rolling it.
Intelligence. So +3.
18.
Okay. As you look at it, there really isn't a pattern. And you think
I'm
that's
looking-
probably...
Sorry,
What?
I wanted to look at the walls where she said there was glowing dots.
Yeah, you don't see anything with your human eyes.
I
At the
see
walls.
nothing with my human eyes.
Your meager human
Well,
eye.
I saw
Your
that
poor
there was
human
magic
eyes.
shit coming through it. Okay, so black and white. I'm thinking out loud.
And gray.
Black and white and gray. So black and white are very extremes, and usually I'm gonna tap into what is it, Buddhism, and think that
The middle path.
the middle road, yeah, the middle path is like the safe place to go. You're not on either extreme.
Is the middle one the white one?
No, the gray
Oh,
between black and white.
I see.
So I say this using Awakened Mind, like, okay, what do you think about following the gray tiles?
I say let's throw something on top of the tile and see if the weight affects anything.
That's a good call. Okay. So, what?
Arrnodel's trying to get all enlightened about it, so I was like, dude.
Dude, just like,
Yeah.
what are you throwing?
I have.
I'll throw that little.
Do you have anything?
Let's say I brought that
I have
quarter
this-
staff from
I
way
have-
back when.
I have diseased animal samples.
Don't you have darts, Sawyeh? Or like arrows?
Yeah.
Something?
You have
Yeah, but
darts.
then I don't want to like reach out, and not like something I'm willing to give up.
I pulled the like vial of diseased animal samples from episode 2, and I just tossed it onto one of the.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Remember that? I tossed it onto the
Yes.
gray tile.
So you throw it, and immediately as it hits, it rolls across the floor, and it hits many tiles as it goes. And you see, and Sawyeh, you don't see this, but Arrnodel, you see suddenly from each of the points of light, it's like these little red laser beams come and just intersect and cross the hallway, making like this complicated, crazy ass web of like patterns all around down the hallway.
Oh my god. Fuck this. I have dimension door.
Hey.
I have dimension door. It just takes like being able to see it, right?
Yeah.
Fuck this. I grab you and we dimension door across the goddamn hallway.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck
This.
it.
Fuck this.
Yeah, this happens in real time. Arrnodel's like sees all this shit and she's like, oh fuck.
All right, so you open
I love it.
open a door and you boop to the other side of the room
Yes.
and you break my stupid trap.
Sorry.
There you go.
We still got to get back.
All right, so you
True.
appear on the far side of the room unscathed, and a door is in front of you.
I knew that was going to be useful.
And
But
we're
then-
gonna
okay.
jump back to Kara, who is battling a thing. Okay.
Big scary thing.
Kara, you actually would probably know what this is. I think Kara has run into trolls before.
Yeah.
This is a troll. You've run
Yeah.
into mountain trolls before.
Oh,
Not specifically. This isn't a mountain troll. This is a different kind. But you recognize it, and more than anything, you recognize the smell of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, they're nasty.
They are. They're disgusting. And dwarves hate them.
Oh,
And
they're such
it is-
fucking assholes.
Yep, and it's your turn.
Beautiful.
So you know that all trolls have a scary regenerative ability.
Yeah.
Also, that's common amongst whatever breed of troll you're fighting, and they're all wicked strong.
All right. Okay, first she's going to spit at the feet of it because she's got some troll memories bubbling up
Yes.
and needs to purge them physically from her mouth. And
Mhm.
then she's going to use her bonus action to enter her rage. And it's wonderful. Oh! Yeah, she recalls the troll memories
Yes.
and how it ate her first pet.
No.
And she's really mad. And then she is going to go charging at it, shield first, and use a shield bash to try and knock it over. It's fucking trolls.
All right. Cool. So that's a grapple. Yeah.
Opposed strength checks.
And I got it.
23.
18.
Boom.
You knocked that troll down. You knock it down.
I love it.
Yeah, so you push it to the ground. It just wasn't expecting you come like a bullet, like at its long gangly legs, and just doesn't know what to do.
She
You
came in like a wrecking ball.
Thank you so much. And so the troll goes over, and you just hear this splashing sound and the sound of crunching as bones are just shattered beneath this thing. That the troll just falls, and it's too stupid to realize what's happening. It's just like, huh? And is rolling around. So you
Right.
push the troll over.
I push the troll over. I'm going to use my make a shove attack, and then while it's on the ground with her second attack, she is going to use a maneuver.
A maneuver.
A menacing attack. So when I hit a creature with a weapon attack, you may expend one superiority die to attempt to frighten it, and then I add the superiority die to my weapon damage.
I
So
love
it's
it.
gonna have to make a wisdom save.
You frighten this troll. Oh, a wisdom save for a troll?
Yes.
I wonder how that's gonna go. Let's see, I have a -3. All right.
Oh boy.
Oh, cool. I got a natural 1. This troll is terrified.
All right, so yeah, I gotta make my attack. Natural 20. Fuck you, troll.
This is ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous. I love it.
I love it all.
I love it. All right. Yes. Oh my god, I roll all of my die twice. Guys, do you know how excited I am right now? About to roll 48s. Fuck you.
Ew. Leave my troll alone. Leave troll alone.
Hashtag. 23 damage. And this troll is frightened
Can trolls skip?
until my next turn.
Is it like a troll quivering? Is like knees shaking?
His knees are knocking together. Well, he got knocked down, so he's just rolling around, and like you come and slice into him, and he's just screaming this horrible, horrible sound and crunching and rolling around. So yeah, this troll just gets up and just is backing away from you and runs as fast as it can, which is very fast on his gangly legs. And it tries to go to the corner, but there is no corner in a circle room.
Right.
So it gets to the wall and then like shoots back a glance at you with its panicked eyes and is just like feeling its way around, trying to get like out. And it goes over to that chute that you saw, so the 5x5 chute. That's
no,
up a little
motherfucker.
bit.
That's where I was gonna go. I'm gonna have to cut your fucking leg off.
Yeah, so it's trying to fit its giant troll body inside of it, but you can tell that this chute was designed specifically so the troll cannot fit. So it is just trying to shove its body into this. Terrified. What would Alistar be doing, Brittany, at this time? Where? I forgot he was there. I'm sorry. Familiar familiar problems.
Yep.
Alistar's a little scaredy baby. He's not really equipped to fight, so
yeah.
he'd probably get up and fly around. And if he saw like a really safe and opportune moment to sting the troll, he would. Like with the troll turned around to run, Alistar. He's got a little
stinger.
Oh,
like a
God,
scorpion.
That's kind of horrifying.
Yeah, it's cute as fuck. So he.
Yeah, it's cute.
That's the words I would use.
I love his little stinger. So when the troll turned around to run, Alistar would probably want to like try to sting it
on the butt.
Just be like, yeah, take that, take it and run,
bitch.
All right, cool. So he's sort of circling up above right now at this point. All right, and then Kara, so you've got a terrified troll trying to run away from you up the chute that it can't fit in.
Yeah, when it's trying to climb up there, she's just gonna take this beautiful opportunity, just whoosh, axe in the back.
Okay.
For her first attack, she gets a 15.
Okay. That is just going to hit.
Perfect. All right, I'll roll my second one, and then I'll add it all up for you. And then, second one is a 17.
Okay. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
11 plus 4, so 15 damage from the axe.
Okay.
And then,
even as you're hitting this troll, you can see the wound you dealt to it last time has already started to knit itself closed. Again.
Yeah.
So you sink in and you take another chunk out of this thing. Okay.
Oh man, I'm gonna shock it with my shocky axe next turn.
Oh, shocky axe. Okay, so is it not afraid anymore? Because it's
it is not afraid anymore.
Okay. So it shakes itself off and it looks down like at its hands and then it goes it makes this really angry face. Like it doesn't understand what it was just doing for the last 6 seconds. And it turns around and it's gonna launch a full-on assault. All right, we're gonna start with our claws. A 22, so first claw is gonna hit. All right, that's 6 slashing damage.
All right.
Second claw coming in. That does not hit at all. It's bite. 18's not gonna hit. So it just gets 1 good rake. But it is definitely between you and the chute now, and it looks extra angry.
All right. Time to get the shock on.
Okay.
They're listening.
What do you say? You gonna say some metagame shit?
It's metagaming.
22 to hit.
Yes.
And then it adds an extra D6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Eight, 10 damage from that one.
Okay.
And then it's gonna smack it again.
Smack it.
Smack it. 16.
Yeah.
4, 6, 8 damage.
Mm.
And then she's going to smack it again with her bonus action. Let's fuck this thing.
Cause fighters.
Because barbarians. Yeah. Oh man. 26.
Yeah. Damage or to hit?
No, to hit.
Oh, I was like, no. You monster. Yes.
An additional 8.
Oh God!
She
Wow.
keeps hacking away.
You chunked the hell out of this thing. Holy crap. And you did the electricity was in there?
Yeah.
So you see just
Oh, wait, is
electricity.
it for each one or for just the first
No, just
one?
the one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But now that you've expended it, roll a d20 since the end of your turn and it recharges on a certain number pool.
I got a 1.
No, it does not recharge.
Damn it.
So you see electricity course over its body. Now, this is the first time you've used it, and just as you land the blow and you just like trigger that button right on the end there, it just total electricity engulfs this thing and shatters and moves all over its, because it's sopping wet body from when you hit it. And you see its frog-like skin sort of vibrate in this horrible way as it's just looking at you with ultimate hatred. But you are standing in a pool of water. So I would like you to make a constitution save for me, please.
19.
Okay. You get a little bit of a shock. It doesn't feel great, but you don't take any damage.
Sweet.
Okay. And then you see the troll's body starts to knit itself back together. Okay, and then let's jump over to our laser maidens.
Laser maidens.
Or I'm sorry, the screw.
Over.
Yeah, screw your cool traps, Les.
Sorry.
Whatever. I really wanted Sawyeh to just like flip through a bunch of shit like a cool ass monk.
That would have been really cool.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. No.
Ocean's 11 with magic, you know.
I forgive you. I could have been one of those shitty DMs and be like, magic doesn't work here.
Except for my magic.
Just mine. But anyway, I wouldn't do that to you. So there's a door in front of you.
I detect magic to see if it's magical.
The door itself is not magical. There is definitely magic on the other side of the door. Big, strong magic.
Not teleportation magic?
Nope.
Is it entropic? Or not entropic?
No, enchantment.
We're probably gonna have to
going for the door.
We're gonna have to make wisdom saves.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I don't see what else we
have
can
to
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we open the door.
Okay. You open the door and you see a small circular room in front of you. So room is only about 20 by 20, circular. And there are 3 pedestals in this room. Upon each pedestal is a large crystal that looks sort of like a glowing blue geode almost. So kind of half cut open, and you can see the flecks of power being channeled around inside of each of these crystals set on pedestals. And these match the descriptions of the crystals that you needed to bring down to make sure that Kara could achieve her goal.
Okay. Is the floor magical?
The floor is not magical. The only magical thing in the room is the crystals.
Is this the only door?
Yes.
Okay.
Can we? I want to investigate like the pillar, see if there's any kind of triggers or something I should avoid.
Do an investigation for me.
Yeah. I told you not to use that dice.
It went on 20 and then it rolled onto 2.
I told you. These dice suck.
They look like pretty standard pillars. Just pieces of marble like stood up, sort of like chopped off columns, basically. The geodes are just sitting on top of them.
I'm gonna do an Arcana check because my game of attack is to cast Dispel Magic on them. But well, fuck it. I'm just gonna cast Dispel Magic on them. I'm just gonna do it. Just
On the crystals?
Yeah.
No, maybe that's why we need them. Is their magic?
We have to destroy them. We have to disable them.
Because basically, their magic is what's keeping the force fields up that Kara needs to get through. Kara already ran into one of them. You guys hadn't taken it down in time. Okay. That's why she's in a pit.
Oh, sorry. So I'm going through my new feat, Magic Initiate. I have one last spell slot that I can use I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on this shit. And the DC, I'll just read it.
So I'm going to let you do it on one of the crystals. One target.
I'll do the biggest one.
Okay. You have to bring down all 3 crystals.
I don't know how we're gonna do that. We'll just have to hit it, I guess.
Yeah. Also,
Fuck, I'm muted. I said you fucking break them.
Okay, so I'm gonna save that spell because we might need it for Rem or to get the fuck out of here. I'm going. Yeah, let's just you take one, I take one.
Yeah.
And we got to do it quick because as soon as they go down, they're probably gonna know. So yeah, I'm gonna use the lightning dagger, or should I use a? I'm gonna use the Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
God damn it.
Blast this shit.
Do you want us to roll to hit?
Not roll to hit, roll damage though.
Okay, roll damage. So I'm gonna use Agonizing Blast as well. So
I'm using my crossbow.
3. Shit.
This is damage. Oh wait, what do I roll for my crossbow?
2.
Shit.
So that's 4, 6.
We're gonna stop at 10, everybody, just so you all know.
11 damage.
Okay. And Sawyeh, you're
excuse me. I'm sorry. It's way more than that. It's 19 damage.
okay. And Sawyeh, are you firing at a different crystal?
Yes, but I'm trying to find what I'm supposed to roll for my crossbow.
I think it's a D4 or a D6.
I want to say D6.
Here, I know exactly where it's on here. You're close. It's just after this
No,
shit.
no, equipment is here.
Oh, you got it.
Or is
There's
it?
a table. Keep
Or is
going.
weapons
No.
different than
You're
equipment?
really close. It's like 2 pages over.
You guys. What's going on?
I 18. What did I say? 18 damage or 19 damage?
19
damage.
D6.
I'm assuming you're doing it at the same time, so I'm gonna wait to see what Sawyeh gets.
7
Is it?
plus strength. Sorry. 10 damage.
Okay. Crystal 2. This one. 2. Crystal 1. Okay. So Sawyeh, your bolt hits a crystal and you see this huge like gap come up in it basically. So it's split in half and you can tell you've done a lot of damage to it, but it's not quite there. Arrnodel, you shoot an agonizing blast at this crystal. It just shatters into a bunch of pieces and you like have to raise your arm up real quick as this just completely shatters and you feel this balance of magic in the room just like flicker, go ooh.
Okay. I immediately use Eldritch Blast, Agonizing Blast again, except I break it up into 2 beams.
Okay.
And hit both of the crystals.
Okay.
Because I'm like freaked out. I want to get this like. Down.
Give me a percentage roll.
Oh.
Rudy, mute.
22.
Okay, so a 22. You don't notice. Okay, so you immediately turn your agonizing blast and you go towards the other 2. Roll your damage.
So I roll for each beam, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's. Sorry, I gotta do math. 12 plus. So the first beam does 20 damage. What?
20?
Yeah, 20 damage.
Whoa.
Because of that's fucking crazy. And then oh fuck. Okay. What's 9 plus 7? 16 plus 8. Is that
What?
right? I have a spell
25?
attack bonus.
24.
Wow.
24.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is for Eldritch Blast?
Agonizing Blast.
That's not human. That's not possible.
You rolled 2d10 at level 5, right?
Do you?
If you
At
split,
higher levels.
I thought you just got more beams.
that's okay.
I used 2
Let's-
10. I mean, you could.
Let's move along swiftly. If you had done 15 to one and 5 to the other, it would have been
Sure,
cool. So
that'll work.
let's do it. You shatter both the crystals. You didn't notice what happened after the first crystal shattered. You do that, all of it, and suddenly the room just like shuts down, and you get this sense of complete cold, and like the light that was sort of ambiently filling this room just dies out. So you're in complete darkness. I mean, you can see Arrnodel, but Sawyeh can't. And the room begins to grow really, really cold. And as you're looking at the floor, Arrnodel, you can tell that extending now from the pillars, you see a shadow of blackness, darker than blackness, move and extend and start to twist its way around these 3 humanoid shapes that have extended from the crystals all at the same time. And they begin to move in these black 2-dimensional patterns running towards the 2 of you on the floor.
This is so Sailor Moon in my head right now. People like black shadow things coming out of crystal.
And we're gonna jump over to Kara. All right, Boo Bear.
Oh boy.
It's your turn. What is Kara gonna do?
Fuck this troll up. All right, let's go.
Yep. I'm ready.
She is a raging, and she's gonna hack away at this thing.
Okay, go for it.
Hack and hack. Natural 1. Fabulous.
Oh no. Yep, that doesn't work. The troll just backhands you and kind of pushes you out of the way, and I'm gonna have you take just 2 bludgeoning damage as you get pushed a little bit away.
Cool.
On that. Does that shut down all your attacks?
Is that the rule?
I don't think so. I think you keep going.
All right. Attack number 2. Hey, that's way better. That's a 23.
Yeah.
And then with her bonus action, that'll be a 25.
Yep.
12,
Or like
14, 16 damage.
Okay. Wow. Yep. Is that both of them?
Yep. All
Okay.
together.
You chunk into this troll. You, as it was bending down to like swipe at you, you just stick your axe right between its eyes and just totally destroy it. It sulks back and slinks away from you and just starts like crawling its corpse, like its almost dead body, like as it's just trying to get away from you, moving across the room. It clearly has given up. It doesn't want anything more to do with you. So it's out of the fight. So Kara has a choice. She can pursue it or she can move at this point.
She is just going to try and shimmy up through the chute if it's, fucking off.
Yeah. This troll is clearly like trying to preserve its life at this point and just dragging itself. You can hear the splashing and through the water, and you can see red blood now just coating and mixing with the water at your feet. So you go, and I need you to make an athletics because this is a slimy tunnel at a incline.
Oh man. All right. It's a hard day.
It is.
Hey, natural 20.
Oh, good. All right. So you are climbing your way up there, and you realize as you're going and moving, like the chunks of filth are helping you to get grounding as you're pulling yourself up and up. And you realize more and more as you're looking at what you're climbing through, it looks like caked blood, human remains, like whatever was being thrown down the chute was probably offal and food for this troll as you go. And you crawl out of this and you begin to hear the rushing of water, and you pull yourself into a much larger room than you've been in before. And you see immediately to your right now, you just come out of this small like chute thing that has this hatch on top of it. So you open the hatch and throw yourself into this room, and you see these 3 round circular like sewer pipes that are feeding into this room. And then the tunnel continues to your left, and there's a tunnel off to your right. And when you look to your left a little bit down the hallway, you see that there's another one of these gates, and you look at it as it's blue and shining, and then all of a sudden it begins to flicker, and you see that the magic has gone down. Your companions have succeeded. And just at that time, you look down at the pool of water in the room, and you see that there are bodies that are floating and bloated that
Oh my
have
God.
completely just almost covered the surface of this room. There have to be at least 15, 20 dead floating corpses in here.
Oh my Jesus.
And as you watch the gate go down, you begin to hear moaning and like belching sounds coming from the corpses. And you see a bunch of them stick their dead, like fish-eaten eyes up, out, and start to crawl their way towards you. And that's where we're ending today. Even though Brittany is out of the room. But yes, so that was part 1 of this. It won't be part 1, it'll be a whole episode on its own. I won't keep doing the part thing to you, but we're about halfway through this heist. You guys have, it's been about 15 minutes you've done all this, so you've got about halfway left.
Oh man.
So we've got 15 minutes left. We're at the end for today, and let's hope they survive all of this.
Everybody wants to keep going.
I know, but I'm sorry. We have our time limit. We've already played overtime. Thank you so much, Rudy, for stepping in and saving us. I don't want to keep you up on East Coast time.
That's true.
Thank you, everybody, so much for sticking with us through technical difficulties. This was a great episode, and we are so stoked to be starting Arc 2. So on that note, I have been your Dungeon Master, Celeste Konowich.
I've been your Elven Warlock, Arrnodel, played by Brittany.
And I was your human monk, Sawyeh, played by Nassim.
And I was your bloodthirsty barbarian, Arna, played by Sage.
Yes. So thank you, everybody, so much. And you know what? You know what you should do until next time?
I think they should venture away.
You should venture away! Venture away, everybody! All right. I'm excited. Oh, man, that was a lot. All right.